Hi everyone, today we have a topic about gray hairs. I'm going to go over a lot of questions that people have, a lot of common questions that people have about gray hair. First question, does a hair strand turn gray from its current color? No, it does not turn from its current color. Hair does not turn from its current color to the gray color. Once the hair strand is the color that it is, in other words, if it's brown or blonde, it doesn't change that color, unless of course you're out in the sun, something different, or your hair's dyed. This often confuses people because they see the grays coming through a lot of times, and it seems to be growing at the base of the colored hair. But you have to remember that many people dye their hair, and thus when they dye their hair, the bottom part is going to have the color that it was dyed, and then the top part, of course, is going to have the gray color that grows in the new growth. Moving on to the next question. What's the science behind why hairs turn gray? There's the special pigment cell in the hair follicles that gives the hair its colors. These cells make melanin. The melanin is what pigments the hair. In other words, what gives the hair its color. As one gets older, these special cells start to die, thus leading to less pigmentation in the hair. Moving on to the next question. What is the average age for gray hair to begin? 35 years old, that's the average age. Gray hair is often a sign of aging for many people, but it's important to also remember that genetics play a big role in this as to when an individual develops gray hair. Your race also has a lot to do with when you develop the gray hair. Typically, white people, they tend to develop the gray hair much sooner than other races. You have likely seen someone who's developed gray hair in their younger years. Typically for women, gray hair often starts in their 30s, and by their 50s, they have approximately 50% of their hair that's gone gray. If a follicle stops making melanin, will it restart at some point? And the answer to that is no. Once the follicle stops making melanin, it will not restart. What are different factors that can contribute to gray hair? Well, there's several. It can be hormonal, genetics, which is one of the biggest, nutrition, stress, and even different diagnoses that you might see. Diagnoses such as thyroid disorder, pernicious anemia, diabetes, these are all different kinds of diagnoses that can increase the likelihood of developing the gray hair earlier. In addition to these ones mentioned, here is a list of other different disorders that can increase the likelihood to develop gray hairs earlier. Let's move on to the next question. Are there any treatments to prevent gray hair? There have been some reports that copper can actually increase the production of melanin. It is, however, recommended that one consults their primary care provider first before starting any new medication or supplement regimen. I have personally tried copper, and this actually made me feel very sick. I was nauseated to the point where I almost did vomit. So you have to be very careful when you're starting any kind of new medication. Of course, I don't take it now, but I noticed very, very suddenly after I would take it, I would feel like I was going to throw up. Next question. Does stress actually make your hair go gray quicker? As WebMD states, not directly. However, stress and stressors on the body can cause one to lose your hair quicker. When the hair grows back, it will grow back in gray a lot of times rather than its original color. Does smoking make your hair gray earlier? And the answer to this is yes. If an individual smokes, they're approximately 2.5 times more likely to develop gray hair prematurely. Many individuals who smoke also develop almost a yellow appearance to their gray hairs. This is quite a common finding. And the final question for today's video. Does plucking hair out cause the gray hairs to grow back in faster? Although this is not true, you should still not be plucking out your hair, because this actually can create damage to the hair follicle and eventually cause it not to even grow. Hair begins to become thin over time and can make the gray hairs more pronounced appearing. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you like this kind of video, and also hit the subscribe button for more medical education videos, and also hit the notification bell so you can get the latest videos right when they come out. Alright, you guys take care.